Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the full moon forecast for each life path number for the full moon that's occurring on May 12th or 13th, depending on where you live in the world. Before we get into the forecast, this is a general reading. If you would like your own personal numerology reading, please book some time with me. My information's in the description box below, and I would love to work with you. All right, let's take a look. Life path number 5, you all are going to be working with the vibration of the 22-4 and the 23-5. So ultimately your own energy of the 5. But the 22-4 is significant, so I do want to spend some time on that. What I'll say about the 5, the 23-5, is that this is a time where travel is really highlighted. So if you have an opportunity to travel at this time, you could see a lot come out of that. You could see a lot of potential results, new opportunities come from that, new perspectives come from that, and even some new agreements, new good fortune, increased finances, even pleasure, obviously. So travel is really highlighted. If you have an opportunity to do that for work or pleasure, I think you'll enjoy that. The other thing I would say about the 5 energy or the 23-5 coming in, especially that 23 energy, is if you are entering into any new contracts that could, be quite significant and alter your life in some way, it could require some quick decisions on your part. So you want to do your due diligence, make sure that you take your time before signing and just make sure you're being taken care of, so to speak. But it could require some big decisions that could also lead to significant changes in your life. So yeah, that's possible. Marriage could also come under this. So marriage is possible. Again, any kind of contracts, but really even work contracts, especially if you travel and then some kind of contract comes from that travel, you could see a lot of success from that in whatever way, shape or form it takes place. The 22-4 brings in this sort of emphasis on the material. So it's about taking your big ideas and making them reality, turning them into something tangible. This is such a great time for any kind of launch, any kind of new service, any kind of new business idea. This is a great time for getting a promotion, applying for a new job, new volunteer work, philanthropy, anything along those lines, anything that showcases your talent, your expertise. This is such a great time to put yourself out there and to make your plans and figure out what that looks like. How do you want to express yourself? How do you want to be seen? What do you have to offer? Such a great time to take a closer look at that. And get started. Put yourself out there. This energy of the 22-4 can bring success on a huge scale because 22 is a master level energy. So it brings in sort of this, I don't want to say global energy, but it brings in a bigger stage. So this is the time for turning your ideas into reality, for probably reaping some kind of success, like I said, potentially on a huge scale, from achieving those impossible, quote unquote, impossible dreams and putting yourself out there and seeing things through to completion and calling in the assistance and the support that you need in order to build whatever it is that you want to build. It's interesting too because traveling also comes up under the 22-4. So you could be traveling in order to pursue a goal. Again, you could be traveling and meet people who can help you to achieve that goal. But there's definitely a collaborative effort here. So you're not necessarily meant to do any of this alone. Call in the support team that you need, right? If there are places where you have limitations, recognize those limitations and then call in the people who have those strengths that can help you to achieve these goals with those limitations. So, if you are someone who is great on the creative side, but not so great on the marketing side, hire a marketer, someone who can help you with that. So it's kind of like recognizing where it is that you're kind of getting stuck or holding yourself back because you're too focused on your limitations and seeing that as a deterrent instead of seeing like, okay, yeah, I'm not so good at this, but there are people who are. So let me call them in. Let me get that help. Because what that allows you to do is it allows you to think bigger and not think small, right? So basically this energy is saying, think in grand sweeping terms, stay practical, stay in reality, but don't sell yourself short because you have some limitations. There's people there who can help you. So this is the time to ask for that help and think big, go after those goals and those dreams. And with this 22-4 energy, you will likely get there. It might take a little bit of time and patience, but you'll get there. Big energy. So awesome time again for launches. Go for it. Put yourself out there. Go be seen. Hope it's a great one, fives. Take care. Bye for now.